All right, got another one here with star of the Flint Tropics, Dan Mothershed. I was waiting all week to say that. For any of those who, what's that movie called? Is it called Flint Tropics? What's it called?
Oh, you hit me on the spot.
The Will Ferrell movie
Yeah,
where he plays basketball. Anyway, because Dan Mothershed is from Flint originally. Is that right?
That's right. That's right.
Born and raised
Yep.
in Flint. For a long time, Flint was like one of the worst, one of the hardest crime places in the country with Gary, Indiana. I think I remember.
Yeah,
Not because of you, I hope.
No, Flint was it was pretty. It was what it was, right? There was definitely some things going to be happening, and I left before some of the things that we're all familiar with actually took place. So the water crisis that actually took place a little bit later, I left in 2007 when I left.
Oh, you've
Flint.
been gone for a while then.
Yeah. So we're approaching almost 20 years that I've been in in the Knoxville area. I'm now in Alcoa, Tennessee, so
Which
just
is
outside of Knoxville.
okay.
It's directly across from the Knoxville airport. So.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So, what actually brought you to Knoxville versus anywhere else?
Well, I had a lifeline there. My family was there already set up, and was basically recruiting me to come down. I had a cousin, I had an uncle, and there were some people down there that just really, showed me, and I knew for a long time that it really looked promising in that area. And there's a little bit more behind it, but that's basics of what all actually took place.
Yeah. How old are you?
45. I just turned 45 July 30th. So just last
really?
week. Yeah.
Shoot, we're only like 2 months apart because
Yeah.
I'll be 45 in at the end of September. So
Right on.
yeah, there you go.
Well, let me know.
Did you graduate in 2000?
I did. Yep. I went to Carmen Ainsworth in 2000 and graduated.
Wait, Carmen, is that a high school or?
That is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just right there, right on Linden Road in Flint, and yeah, it's. I like to definitely talk about that because that I believe is part of a lot of my blue collarness come from like where I came from. We had to work. You know? So
yeah. Wow. So you're 20 years now, but you almost 20 years, 19 anyway.
Yeah.
And your wife is also from Flint.
Yeah, she's from Creek. She actually very close to Flint, Flint Township, same, and she's just a few months behind us. She's in October. She turns 45, and we were very close. Just not really growing up, but through friends. And that's how I met her.
So you guys you were dating in high school or no?
No, it was actually happened. Yeah.
Okay.
After.
Just
shortly after.
High school.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How many kids?
3.
3.
Yeah.
What are their ages again? Kids. I know you bring the one around. He's fun.
Yeah. So McCoy is 23 in September. He's 22 right now. Lena is 20 years old. Nolan is 14.
14.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if I've seen your two older kids. I don't know if you bring them around too much, if they care to be around at some of the events.
It's mainly because they have their own grind. I mean, they're really getting after it. My son has just graduated college just like within 6 months. He's put in multiple applications and had interviews for his job, and he is currently working through that. A little bit of a tougher time to find a job with no experience. That's really what it is for what he's doing.
What is that? What did he learn?
So he went to school basically to be a pro pilot, and then during that time he realized that it was going to take an incredibly long time to work through all the flight labs to get his degree that way. And he didn't want to be in school that long. I kind of understand it. I don't want to be in school for 7 years either.
To fly.
Yeah, to get his pro pilot license. So there's other ways to do it, but that's how he would have had to do it through Middle Tennessee State University. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I know some people.
Yeah.
My niece is 22. She'll be flying commercial here real soon if that's what he's looking at doing. But
now he's transitioned. He's actually, like I said, he's graduated. Okay. So he's more so, related to airport management. So he'll get a task like taking care of the runway. There's more to it than that, but yeah, he right now is in between that and he's got to have a job. So he's working in the foam industry as well.
Oh yeah. For sure. Yeah. So, what about the foam industry? How and when did you get into it?
So I got into it by lieu of a great friend, and I'll drop his name. Shout out to Dennis Dreyer. He and I knew each other by way of roofing together at Sheriff Goslin.
Oh yeah, is that everywhere, or is that just?
It's a couple states wide, but
okay, because we got it here in Michigan.
Yeah, we do for sure, right here in Michigan, and right off Corona Road, and him and I, that's where we had met, and he introduced me to his brother-in-law, and his brother-in-law had a foam company. Shout out to Mark, and Mark and I and a bunch of other guys there at Retro Foam Michigan. We had a good time building that, and just really getting after it and watching just the word of mouth travel. It was so incredible. Foam was so fresh at that time. It was 2002, 2003, 2004. And, yes, it was tripolymer foam. And I understand that it's a tripolymer foam, but it was still incredible. And the service that was offered there, was backed up. And, it still is. So behind that, I'm not sorry, for any of that. It was incredible. The product, served a purpose, and it got me to the next point, which was then I started to spray with them. And, I had sprayed with them, and then I had kind of, like I said, moved to Tennessee. And foam was kind of off the table for just a second.
In Tennessee.
Yeah, in Tennessee. Because it wasn't really going on like it was in Michigan at that time.
Yeah. Well, they don't have quite the extreme temperatures, right?
Yeah. So, but lo and behold, that was the headquarters for Polymaster, which was, Retrofoam's main, company. And so things all transpired. I met some other people during that time. I basically had to figure out where I wanted to go. But once I did, I worked there for some time, and it just wasn't really going that well at that time. The whole construction industry in 2007 and 8 was really taking a hit, and it really didn't come to a complete halt in Tennessee, but it came to a creep, so things really.
You're talking about did you say 2007 and 8?
Yeah. So it really did slow the whole construction industry down in that area. Like I said, it didn't come to a complete halt, but it definitely slowed down quite a bit. So I took another job just for the time being. It was just to get by. And I was in that job for probably about a year and a half, and I got a phone call, and it was somebody that I knew that wanted to know if I was interested in a job in Knoxville. And so I took that job, and that was with, Pro Foam. And I went to work for Pro Foam of Tennessee for a while and really enjoyed working for them.
You're talking about with Ted?
No,
Ted's Pro Foam? Okay, because there's a lot of Pro Foams.
Yeah, there is. This is separate. and I went to work for them for a while, 6 or 7 years, and then you know um, things just needed to change, primarily because uh, me and Mike are a lot alike at Profoam. Mike with Profoam, and I needed to just go my own way, and so that's what I done. And there was a couple other things in there, but I right around that time, 2016, I started my own company and Superior Spray Foam Systems, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was amazing. Um, I enjoyed probably one of the biggest things I miss today is I miss sharing my work. I miss like the camaraderie between the guys on Worldwide.
Hmm.
I miss that. Um, it was great. I enjoyed just trying to be better every day. Trying to just get it a little bit better every day. That was always a great.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So, from there, that take me to the next step is where I'm at now, and I'm a technical support representative at Quadrant Performance Materials.
Yeah. How'd that come about?
Um, so I just kind of had this wild thought that, hey, why not, try to give back to the industry? There's so many people that need techs. Honestly, there is, regardless of um, what people actually see every day and what they acknowledge. There's a lot of people that really do need techs. I mean, it could be just the smallest little detail, and we've increased your production,
Yeah.
500 board feet. And that's money that really will eventually, give everybody a bonus or, possibly, get them some new equipment. And those are the things that I think is
Well,
pretty
not
great.
only that, I mean, yeah, if you're getting an extra 500 board feet, you're probably getting a better mixture, which means you're probably getting better foam and
Oh yeah.
all that,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
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 So,
There's a
what brings
lot.
you to Michigan this time, and how long you been here?
So I got into town last Thursday, and I had some PTO saved up, and I used it to go see Morgan Wallen at the Big House.
I saw that on
It
Facebook.
it was pretty incredible.
Was it?
Yeah, it was just a lot of people there enjoying it, having a good time. There was fireworks at the Big House.
If anybody doesn't know what the Big House is,
Yeah.
it is Michigan Stadium, U of M, which is like Dan's second home. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so it really was good, a good time. I had those tickets since October of last year is when I acquired
my.
those. Yeah, so it was long in the waiting, and so I figured, while I'm up here, it's been a long time since I've had the chance to go canoeing and go up north. There's nothing like up north. Up north Michigan is so unique.
Yeah, it's the most beautiful place in. It's very beautiful.
Yeah. So went up north with the family for the weekend, and we had the chance to go get on the Sable River. And so Saturday we went, and it was great. Like me and Nolan, we actually were able to, go canoeing, and he had a great time doing it. He was a little nervous at first, but at the end of it, he was like, I had fun, So then we asked him, Amber asked him hey, while we're here, we got another day, it was beautiful weather. It was beautiful weather up there. She's like, do you want to go tubing tomorrow? And he's like, yeah, let's go tubing. He'd rather go tubing. So,
like tubing behind a boat or down a river?
Just tubing down the river.
Okay.
And so we all went tubing the next day, and yeah, it was a great time. It was good.
So you're talking like Manistee area?
Like in between Mayo and Glenny. Mayo and Minnesota,
okay.
Almost, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
4001 bridge, yeah, good time.
You can't get. I mean, the water in Michigan is only like warm enough to not be freezing for like 2 months a year.
Right. It's still
you gotta
cold.
take advantage. Yeah.
It really is. So, but it's not freezing cold at that point, and when it's July, late July, almost going into August, but it's still very cold. But the thing of it is there's I've been to plenty of places all across the United States, and that's a special place. I've been to plenty of places all across the United States, and that's a special place.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
yeah. Well, that's great. Gotta take advantage of the summer, man. I do. But I was just telling Jamie before we got here, I'm like, my goodness, the summer just goes by so fast. It's just like I look forward to it for like 6 months out of the year, and then it just goes by so fast. It's like, man, now we're gonna get back to that stuff I don't like.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I moved.
Yeah, I bet. I don't blame you.
I
don't blame you at all.
One of the biggest reasons. I just there was plenty of times we would be outside working or inside, and it's just like just so cold, And I was just like, I think.
So it's hotter in the summer, but it's not so bad in the winter.
I think that it would be good for a change.
Yeah.
Me and Amber actually got married down there. When we were still living in Michigan, but we got married in the mountains. And so
in the mountains.
Yeah, like in Sevierville.
Like in a church or just outside in the mountains?
Well, it was both. Both. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
What year was that?
2003.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you were still living in Michigan then?
Yeah. I moved in 2007.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you're looking good, man.
Thanks, man.
You got a nice tan going. You lost some weight?
I did. I probably gained a lot back this month because just been living life. But we're gonna get back on that. Back on the trip.
I lost some weight too.
Back on the bus.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I lost some weight too. No sugar is a big deal.
Yeah,
man, that stuff is not meant for human consumption. That's what I've realized.
I think that I don't really, go all in on everything. I just think that, the better you can do there, little by little.
Yeah. I mean, I still eat it. My daughter turned 10 last week. I had some cake, but I mean, I try not to, and I've been doing good. Yeah, but I mean, keep it going. Get back on it.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I'm excited for just. I think I'm gonna get a little time at home here soon. So I'm excited for some of that.
Yeah. Well, you definitely do. Spend some time with the family. So are the three kids still living there, or two of them, or one of them? Just one of them.
McCoy is there. Just in between it. He doesn't want to. I don't want to go too far into it, but he doesn't want to go too far into like going to get in his own place when he's probably going to have to move to maybe Asheville or. He's looking at Atlanta too. There's a couple different places he's looking at, but Lena, she's gone. She's a LPN at our local hospital there in Blount County.
What is an LPN?
She's a licensed practicing nurse.
Really?
And so she's amazing. She's killing it. At such a young age, she's 20.
Yeah. How does she do that?
Fast track program in our local Alcoa High School. So she did good. Proud of her. Yeah.
Yeah, you should be. That's awesome.
So she's got her own place and she's a hard worker. I love it.
Yeah, good. So, What is I thought your wife's name was Amanda, but I knew it was an A. Amber.
Yeah.
Okay. What does she do?
Well, she actively runs Superior Spray Foam Systems.
Wow. She
does a great job at it too. Really great job. Yep.
Wow. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
So I know you maybe still spray every now and then, but you got someone else doing that too?
So
does she ever spray?
She doesn't. When I left, I really had some amazing people in play. The right people on the bus, for sure. And so I don't want to say this is planned because I fully believe that, we're not in control of it. We can try to do things a certain way, but we're not always in control of it. What happens? So we had kind of planned this, we had discussed it at least, to that degree. And my brother Blake is a guy that, came down and started working with us. I was probably year 4 at that point in time, but Blake is such an amazing individual. He can do so much. He's got a degree in automotive. and he does all the automotive for the company. He is the production manager. He is the guy that fixes everything. If there's an issue, he is the guy that does all the retrofit sales of the company. Blake is a very important component of that company for sure. And so, that took time for all that to take place and for us to get to that point. And that's how it all transpired. And I also have somebody else who's pretty special to Superior Spray Foam Systems, and that's Fernando Juarez. Great installer, great. Just really like a brother, overall, because he just has always been so good in everything he has done for the company. And what I mean by that is, long hours.
Yeah.
He's listened to me squawk and micromanage him. Very thankful for those people.
Yeah.
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 It wouldn't be the same without him, right?
Yeah. 100%.
That's awesome.
100%. Because I really don't have anything to do with it at all anymore. I don't. I just tech. But those people, they took what I built, and are doing a very good job at moving it forward.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Yeah, you need that. Yeah. That's great. I'm glad you're able to kind of be able to keep that, hold on to it. It's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Your wife's, still earning a living from it, and yet you can, be a tech
My whole
rep.
family, really, it's a family-oriented business.
Really?
Yeah. So there's several members of my family that work for Superior Spray Foam Systems. Yeah.
No doubt.
I have a cousin that he handles a lot, Brandon. He really tries a lot to, help us with anything he can, honestly. My father-in-law, helps, so it really does help to have that family side there too, because, that there's a bond there. And it just really is. I mean, it's there. There's relationships there.
It's like a real a true family business. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. So you find yourself up here quite a bit. You like to, especially come up in the fall. Yeah, I know you got.
Absolutely.
You're a blue and yellow to the heart and to the core, whatever you want to call it. And I love it. I'm not a crazy sports guy. I mean, I'm not saying you're crazy. I'm just saying I'm not crazy into it. But I do appreciate it. And I like it when, when you see someone with it's really
that puts the fanatic and fan.
That's one way of saying it. Sure. Yeah. How many games? Obviously U of M. If you don't know Dan, if you know Dan, you know U of M is a big thing. You also told me, I think last week you went to a Tigers game. And it was quite a big deal.
Amazing Tigers game. I don't think I've ever been to a Tigers game like that before. So
yeah, what was it? They scored 14 runs.
Yeah, so they scored a
shutout
in every inning.
They scored in every inning. That's what it was.
And it was 14-0 at the end of the game, and we were playing Baltimore. And that was the third time in franchise history that's ever happened. And I got to go there with my whole family. So
oh wow!
And the thing of it is the night before, I think they got pummeled 6-4 or 8-4, and then the night after, Tariq took them up. They were up on Baltimore. I think it was up 7 runs, and then the relief pitcher comes in, and they lost the game.
Oh,
so that was the night to go. I'm so happy we went that night. But it was a great time in Comerica. I got to ride the Ferris wheel with my family.
Nice.
It was good.
That's good. Yeah. And then Tariq.
Yeah. What do you do? What do you do?
Yeah, no. I think I heard something that there was gonna be some big trades. Next thing you know, he's a Dodger, right?
Yeah.
He's a Dodger now.
Making his debut, I think, tonight.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, at Wrigley Field.
Interesting.
Is it? Yeah. It's crazy.
And you mentioned that Morgan Wallen concert. Now, I mean, if you live in Michigan and you and this whole thing transpired, 2 shows at the big house. They call it the big house because how was it during a football game? It's like 110,000. Is that about pretty close?
I've been 100%. You're going to get 111,000, 113,000 people in the big house.
And then during a concert, is it more, or do they block off one end?
Yeah, they blocked off half. I'd say you probably had somewhere between 80 and 100,000 people there, roughly.
Yeah. Each night. So you're 2 nights in a row. Figure 90,000. You're 180,000 people were entertained by Morgan Wallen last weekend. This is the same weekend bout that we were at in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And so the thing is if you're on Facebook, you get bombarded with like everybody you know is taking is there.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you're in Michigan, everybody was there.
Right. Like it seems
it's like, hey, my friend of a friend, and then everybody else is there too.
Yeah.
If you weren't at the Carnival, you were in Ann Arbor.
Yeah. Yeah. That was pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I don't know if you heard, I'd be talking about like Morgan Wallen. I appreciate everybody who likes him. For me, it's not my thing, but I again, just like, I can appreciate everybody, things that I don't necessarily care for. It just kind of seems like it's to me, and it's kind of like is it sort of like a mumble rap meets country?
There's a little more there.
Is there?
So tell me. Morgan for me is hometown, right? Because Knoxville, right? So Morgan,
is he from there?
Yeah, he went to Gibbs High School. So that's
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just,
that's the hometown boy for you.
Yeah. So he's just a few minutes out of Knoxville at Gibbs High School. So
the hometown boy playing at the hometown stadium, not across the country.
Yeah.
So, how could you not be there?
Well, I seen him there in Knoxville at Neyland Stadium too. But I seen him at the big house, and I enjoyed that. It was awesome.
What's your feelings on University of Tennessee then?
I am a fan. If I would have been born in Tennessee, I would be all in. I'd be a VFL. For sure. They call it a VFL, Ball for Life.
Oh yeah,
I would be
VFL. Okay.
Yeah, Ball for Life. But since early '90s, watching football with my dad, I just became a Michigan Wolverine.
I mean, the colors, the helmets, that alone. Yeah. I mean, how can you not be a fan?
The history,
right?
Yeah.
Of course, the history. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. How can you not be a fan? And that hat you're wearing, man, I like it.
Thanks. I actually, don't want to just take it off the tracks here, but there was a young man that played football at Alcoa that with my son McCoy, and Alcoa is really, really well known for football. I mean, I think they have 23 state championships.
Wow,
they're up there. But this young man kind of brought my fandom full circle because he committed to the University of Michigan. So I mean, it even got like more intense in that regard because now this young man, I get to go watch him. He's had me into Al Glick Field House. Just a great time.
He had you in there?
Yeah, me. Like, so after,
I don't know what Al Glick Field House is.
It's just a field house where they practice, and so you've got to know somebody to get into that area. No cameras allowed.
And you're talking about in Ann Arbor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where they practice.
Okay, gotcha.
So it was a good time.
He got you in there.
Yeah. Well, so it was after the Maize and Blue game, spring football game.
Okay.
And so he, brought us in there. We got the autographs from the whole team.
Really?
Yeah. So my fandom just went, So I expect to probably go to, if everybody's like, dang, Dan's crazy, I expect to go to more games because he's playing. He's a starting fullback. So I definitely want to support him as much as possible. So we'll see how it all goes. But yeah.
So how is he? He's a freshman this year, sophomore?
He is a redshirt sophomore.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
It is. Yeah.
Maybe
After we, the University of Michigan won the game 13-10, he actually was the commit in that class, and he had, was at our place watching that game, and it was cool. So enjoyed that, and like I said, so when he committed, and like signed the papers, it was at Alcoa, and so it just really made things, even, a little bit sweeter because now somebody is playing for your favorite college. So fandom.
And your son played with him.
Yeah, he played high school. Yeah, I played high school with him. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they were pretty close. Yeah, pretty cool story, because that's probably the biggest reason that you'll see me be going the next couple of years. Then I'll probably tone it down quite a bit for sure. But it's a good time. I went to Penn State in 2023 at that game. That was a great time. We're trying to make it out to Eugene this year.
That's a trip.
Yeah, we got some family out there, and we're trying to make it to that stadium to go watch them. They probably won't win, and we know that, but that's part of being a fan, just supporting the team.
Yeah, Michigan's having, the coaching, where are we at with coaching?
We're in pretty good shape now, I hope.
Okay.
I feel pretty good. This coach, his name is Scott Whittingham, and I feel that, he's going to be what the team needs. But it's just what it is. Oregon's a favorite to win the national championship this year. So they have a quarterback. Since we're in Michigan, we're talking about all this Michigan stuff. I'll just touch on this and get off of it. He's from Detroit. His name is Dante Moore. So he is the starting quarterback for Oregon. So
for Oregon.
Yeah.
So I've heard that name.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let's I'm trying to think of anything else I wanted to question you about. Anything else you want to talk about while you're on this thing in particular? Because I've got some questions for you, but I don't want you to walk away from this going, I wish we would have talked about this or that.
There's been, I don't really have a point to anything, but there's been so much talk.
Yeah.
Like last night.
Yeah. He's referring to the Spray Jones, Mike Dinah, Bill and John and Stephen Davis. Yep. Yeah.
So
I watched it.
Yeah. And so I think if you're in the industry and, it doesn't matter what's going on, you kind of felt compelled to watch that and be a part of that.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
I was telling Todd Bolton just a little bit ago that I was in the garage doing a bunch of work, just trying to organize my garage, and it was on TV, and I was listening to the whole thing. It was great. Anyway, keep going.
No, I just, it's very interesting.
Yeah, what did you find interesting?
Probably the fact that, we're trying to push this industry forward.
Mm-hmm.
We really, there's a lot of people that are trying to get it to the next level as far as certification and training and just much more than that. But, there was plenty of talk about that last night, and it was really interesting. The one thing that I just, it's going to be very difficult to do, and it's to get everybody on the same page.
Yeah.
And so, it's going to take some sort of a miracle to do that, though. I fully believe that.
Yeah, I think we got the right people. I mean, I can't imagine for us to have people that are even better, although maybe, but we got these organizations, they all want the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's just for spray foam to continue to progress in the right way, for less of the problems to happen. Not that there's a ton of them, but Mike will talk a lot about the things that are going on, and I'm talking about Spray Jones, Mike, in Europe, and how it's like banned and you can't get loans and stuff like that. Yeah, we definitely don't want that to happen here.
Yeah.
And I personally can't imagine that happening, but that's probably just my own ignorance, right?
So here's where I'm going with it, just so I'm being very transparent about it. It's like, I talk to some people, right? Don't want to just go on the record with anybody's names, but they're just like, I don't want to do that. Why wouldn't you want to do that? It's going to make us better. But they don't want to do that.
Well, I think the argument is getting in government involved, because the government screws everything they touch up, right? So, I mean, you look at like Social Security. Social Security was put in place for good reason, and it was a great thing. The government, you throw some extra money at the government, they'll save it for you, And then when you're at a certain age, you're taken care of because of all the money that you put into during your lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look what they did.
Mm-hmm.
They tap into it any chance they get. And then, they told you when you started paying into it, 65 years old, you can retire. 66, 67, 68, 69. And then when you do turn that age and you get, you know, a chance to finally get the money that you've been saving your entire life, they're like, yeah, there's like half of it here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just one example, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, and don't get me wrong, and that's the argument that a lot of people have, and that's kind of the argument that I have, because the government will get in and they'll figure out ways to make everything more expensive, and you'll get more for less, right? You'll get less for more.
Honestly, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I don't think anybody is. I don't think anybody is sure what's going to happen, and so that's why everybody is so on the fence about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's because there's no clear cut, hey, this is how it's going to be, and we all know that it's all in phase, just where we're brainstorming everything right now. I think that watching the live video cast yesterday, basically
Mm-hmm.
with everybody, I thought that was a great way to get everybody's
Mm-hmm.
imaginations, or their brain, the thinking camp on, as they used to tell us back in school.
Mm-hmm.
That's what actually happened when that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure everybody had some thoughts as it was all taking place, and that is the start.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do think that's the start. That's how it all starts.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually it just keeps going and going. But the biggest thing that I got to say is you got people that just don't want any part of it. So, what do we do for those people? How do we convert those people? How do we change their minds for the industry's sake? So
yeah.
One thing I would like to say is that
mm-hmm.
I really fully believe this. This is one thing that I know is a fact, and it was actually touched on last night in that same occasion. Is that there's so much negative publicity out there for
Mm-hmm.
spray foam. I think one of the first things that you would click on YouTube when you put in spray foam was my house is a disaster, right? So
yeah.
So there's so much of that out there. So if everybody could honestly just put together some positive videos every day,
Mm-hmm.
just all the young people, put some positive videos together for spray foam. If you were to do that and post that publicly, that would be huge for our industry.
Mm-hmm.
And just talk about building science, talk about what you're doing, very, very professional, positive input videos, short, doesn't matter, positive stuff. I believe it may start to outweigh some of it eventually. Mm-hmm. But there's so much negative that we really need everybody in the industry, young, old, whatever, to post more positive.
Mm-hmm.
I really do feel that's very, very critical. And I think this is a great place to bring that up.
Well, yeah. And I think that we can get to a place, with, unfortunately, maybe nobody wants to bring the government involved, but everybody knows that might be the only way to really, for the government to require licenses, that sort of thing. And Mike was talking a lot about coloring phones, and I was like, but before I met Mike in Minneapolis, I was like, whatever, it is what it is. But I got it now. I'm like, okay, yeah, that does make total sense. You can kind of trace foam back by coloring. You can trace it back to the manufacturer. Some people also, you're going to not be able to necessarily trace bad foam. So like if someone's buying some crap Mexican Chinese foam, and they throw a color on it, let's say the company you work for, Quadrant, let's say it's green, which other ones are green too in Canada, but like, well, they're going to have to then, if the bad actors are going to have to put a color in it. Okay. They're going to have to put their own dye in there to say, well, this is Quadrant, even though it's not. Well, that will be easily figured out in a court case. because someone's going to say, yeah, this doesn't match our, someone at Quadrant's going to, one of your chemists is going to be like, no, that there's all this other stuff. This is not our foam. Well, now that guy's going to be completely exposed. So there's that. Kind of forgot where I was really going with this, but I think it's a good thing if we can figure something out that's universal, kind of like that, the color scheme, something that is going to make like a license that you have to get maybe federally, not necessarily just each individual state, but all that. And I think that if we can do that the right way, it's going to make foam more expensive, no doubt, because guys are going to have to pay for the licenses. They're going to have to pay for the testing that they have to get. The code inspectors have to do some testing, whatever it is. There's going to be more to it, right? And that's going to cost the contractor more, which is going to then cost the home builder or the commercial building builder more money. But I think it can really set the stage for us to use much more spray foam, much less, let's say, fiberglass and cellulose and whatever else, any other form of insulation. It's going to kind of set the stage for spray foam to really take off, because people will know that they can use spray foam comfortably, and it's not going to wreck their house because the people that are putting it in are competent of putting it in. You know what I mean? And I think that will happen. It'll just take, it might take another decade. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how that would all work out. It's quite the challenge. I'll say that it is very much a challenge, because you've got some areas in Tennessee that have no codes for building except for electrical, inspections. That's it.
And there's no plumbing.
Yeah, no,
there's no HVAC, nothing. Really,
just electrical. And so those are the areas that I think some people have brought up previously, like, how would a code official inspect foam when he doesn't inspect anything else? So that does come into play. So there's definitely some things there when, thinking about how all that takes place, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one thing's kind of cool is that I think that, people like you and I are, even though we can talk to some people and feel like we're the newbies to the game, and we maybe, well, I am. I don't know about you so much, but we're still kind of the founding fathers of this whole industry, because I think fiberglass has been used for 60 years. If foam's used for 60 years, well, of course, it's already been around for 50, but not much. But it's kind of cool to be at the beginning. It sort of feel like you're at the beginning of this, even though some people would maybe say we're not.
Well, I know plenty of people in the industry, that are, probably been in the industry for 25 years, 30 years almost. Good guys. They're out of it for the most part. Some are still in it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like it takes gravity. Yeah, it takes gravity. It takes a hold of you. This industry.
I talked to a guy the other day that said he was in the industry for 51 years.
Yeah, that's incredible.
51. I'm like, either I don't think he was lying, but that seems like a long time. It's 1975 or whatever.
I mean, there's people that I'm sure that have been out there doing it that long. I shouldn't say that they're still doing it that long, that did it that long. Maybe they're in sales now. Maybe they're just, I worked with a company not long ago. It was 3 generations. And so they let the original owner, the dad, the granddad now, he comes in and he basically just fixes things for him just so he can stay
do
busy.
Something.
Yeah. So
I can't even imagine the dinosaurs they were working with. Yeah. Imagine
H2s, H2000s, a Gusmer machine. I'm sure there's other guns. Way more machines, but yeah, it's pretty cool. When I got going, I had an old H2000 for a little bit. So
really,
yeah, it didn't last long. So.
Yeah. How is what's your territory with Quadrant?
I really handle all the North Central.
Okay.
But I get around to some other areas just when needed, covering for the other guys.
Oh, okay.
Say if Cole steps out and he's on vacation, I'll cover him. Maybe Herzog covers for Cole. Whatever, we all cover each other. We always got each other's backs, and yeah. But mainly, I'm not going out to the West Coast. Not often.
Right.
Yeah. So that would be probably somebody that's a little bit closer to that area for sure. So North Central, some of the Southeast, but mainly North Central. Some of the Northeast too. I get up in that area sometimes. Work with Jay. Work with Andrew.
Yeah, you got Jay now.
Yeah.
I talked to him for the first time ever actually last weekend in Minnesota.
Cool.
Good dude. Yeah, you guys got a good team there.
Yeah, it is a good team.
You do. Got to know Cole too. I had never met him until Vegas. So
okay.
Yeah, I'm working my way around.
Yeah. Well, I think this show is definitely it definitely caught my attention, a while back. I think we've been talking about this.
We have been. I've been trying to get you while you're in Michigan. So I'm glad you were able to make it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, let's do some fast questions, huh?
Okay.
And they don't have to be fast. And in fact, I don't want them to be. If you can elaborate on some of them, even better.
Let me get a drink here before we do this.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Have you ever won anything at a spray foam event? Of course, this would be probably when you could still win stuff.
Yeah.
What'd you win?
I won a Titan 1180, I think is what it is. Heck of a paint sprayer. First carnival, the first ever carnival.
Yeah, tornado year.
Yeah, that was the tornado year. That was good memories. Really good memories.
That's where I met you at that one. Yeah. I think Josh Fuentes introduced us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get over to see Josh.
Yeah. Josue for anybody who Josue, but he says just call him Josh. So that's what I call him. He's easy enough. Yeah. He's been involved in working at a nuke plant on Lake Michigan.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really
some old nuke plant they're trying to get up and running, and he has some background in that, and they wanted him to help get this thing up and running. He's been working like a mad dog, like 70 hours a week or something, just making a fortune. So he hasn't been doing a lot of spraying.
Okay.
But he's a good dude. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
So you want a paint sprayer?
Lots of good dudes in Michigan. Lots of good
there
dudes.
Is. Yeah. No, it's a good place. For good dudes in spray foam for sure. In fact, I feel like I've had a lot of people on, but yet if I really wanted to, there's a lot more people I could get. What's the best concert you ever been to? Was it the one last weekend, or do you have any better ones?
No, that was pretty good though. But honestly, the first Anger Management tour, it was with Papa Roach, Exhibit, Limp Bizkit, and then and I was
talking
right
old
front.
school
yeah,
now.
It was great. It was pretty great.
Pretty Exhibit. Wild. Yeah. I never knew his music. I just remember that show.
Yeah.
Was it
Pimp My Ride?
Pimp My Ride. That's what it was. Yeah. Oh, everybody knew that show. Yeah. What's the worst job you ever had?
Probably. I've had so many laborious jobs, but roofing was so bad, so hard on my body. So probably roofing.
Like shingled, pitch roofs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, that was probably the worst because I mean, at first, when I was 16, 17 years old, I was doing poured walls in Argentine, Michigan, and then like I said, kind of worked my way through whatever to get where I was at, and then eventually started roofing at a very young age, and met Dennis. But that was very hard. I can still feel some of the labor on my back today. Like it put a lot of
I think between like
strain on my body.
Poured walls. Did you do any flat work when you were doing that too?
No, not really.
Okay.
A little bit, just for myself, but no.
Yeah. But man, between concrete and roofing, those are two really tough jobs. Yeah. What was your first car?
A 1985 S10, and then was a long. We were just talking about this not long ago. Wasn't long, remember in like 99, 2000 when all the S10s hit, and General Motors running that special on S10, so I had one of those. So they had like the $99 S10, like that was your payment. Yeah, it was stupid.
Oh, that was your monthly payment.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I had a 99 S10.
Yeah.
That was a good little truck.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It was a little 2-wheel drive 4-cylinder.
Yeah.
But that thing was good.
That
I
thing
think
could
I ran it up like 260,000 before actually I got a new engine for it, and then it kept going, and then I sold it. But yeah, it's a good car.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people might not realize throughout the rest of the country, but in Greater Detroit, let's just say the east side of Michigan, if you're not getting the employee discount from somebody that you know, you are getting ripped off, and you need to find somebody because seems like that employee discount works for like your kids, your grandkids. You know, doesn't even matter. Your neighbor, maybe. I don't know. I'm just making it up, but like everybody gets some sort of employee. Because
if you're an employee and you give that person your number, to basically your employment number, there's another name for
it, like
a
coupon code, whatever.
And so then they can totally use your discount, and you're allowed to 12 per year, I believe.
Is it 12?
Yeah.
Oh, so you can just give these things away like crazy, and you're talking like, you know, it can be like $4,000 or $5,000 off or something.
It could be,
maybe.
I've gotten $5,000 off easy. Yeah, especially if you're ordering a truck or a vehicle.
Oh, it's even more then if you don't get one on the lot.
Ah, man, you can get a truck by far cheaper by ordering it and you know, using your discount. It's substantially different.
Who is who's your person to go to?
My dad worked
your dad
for 30 years at Flint Metal Fab. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that the one that makes the HDs?
No, but it's same area.
Okay, yeah.
Just a different plant, you know, kind of across the way.
So you were raised on GM money.
Yeah.
Is it GM, right?
Yeah.
Because Flint is home of Buick,
home
right?
Home of Motors.
Right. But the first Corvette was made in Flint. I'm pretty sure. Like the first 2 years or something before. Yeah. No, I'm a Corvette guy. But, so the first, I think, 2 years.
Now they're down in Bowling Green, Kentucky, right?
Yeah. Been down there forever. Not too far from. Well, it's maybe a little bit of a trip for you, but not too far.
Nah.
But Buick and Chevrolet, I think, started in Flint.
Buick,
am I right?
Buick, the home of the first set down strike.
Yep. Everybody knows somebody that works for the auto industry around here, especially in Flint. So, let's see here. Get a couple more. You know what? I was going to say, who helped you the most become a better sprayer? Let's go with that for now, and then I got a follow up. Who helped you the most become a better spray foam installer?
Fernando Juarez.
Really? Yeah. I don't think I know that person.
Yeah.
From and how?
Just together. You know, he could see that, you know, I was a pretty good sprayer, but I lacked some technique, and so. You know, him and I talked, and I watched him, and he explained things to me, and eventually I got a little better, and then, you know, then we were just as good and as each other, and I think he's probably surpassed me now because I haven't been on the trigger, whereas he has, but still to this day, yeah, it would be Fernando. Yeah, he's good. He won National Excellence Award in 2014. For roofing, and I won it for the interior walls division. Okay. So, yeah.
You got to have somebody, you know. That's the thing. Anybody who's new out there, like, you got to reach out to somebody, because if you know nothing, somebody will at least give you what you need to get started.
It's just really, you know, so much of this is just, you know, there's training. And I fully believe that the training is very, very important.
Yeah.
You need it.
You do.
There's no question in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But so much of this, after I give you the training, is experience in what you do and repetition, and challenging yourself to get better. And so that comes with taking pride in your work and just focusing on getting better. And, you know, I think for some reason, this job, maybe it's like this in the other industries too. You know, I was talking with Nathan Lang, and he said, you know, some things are same in other industries, but a lot of things are unique. But maybe this is unique to our industry, like where we just have, you know, the want to do better because of the way the chemistry works. You want to master it. You know, you want to be better than you were the day before every day. And there's a lot of us out there that are like that regardless. And that's, I think, the reason why we keep coming back to it every day.
You have to. Robert Cockrell mentioned you on his. I had a podcast with him, a remote podcast, probably, I don't know, a year ago, at least, maybe more than that, probably a year and a half ago now. And I don't know if, have you heard that one or no?
No.
Okay, yeah, you got to listen to it. He mentions you a couple times, and he talks big about all the help you gave him.
So, Robert and I go back for the simple fact that I had a very large job, and he was probably the first guy in Worldwide that was kind of the hired gun that would go travel. Doesn't matter. He'd come out and help you.
Mm-hmm.
And Robert just has a really good heart, and he'd just do about anything for anybody. And I'm really sorry that I hadn't heard that yet.
No, don't.
The first thing I do.
Bad.
First thing I do when I pull out of here.
Okay.
But I'm glad that I've had some good times, Robert. We did this very big facility back when I was still spraying and on the gun, and it was a maintenance facility for a big electrical company that service these big monster trucks for basically a lineman. And these trucks are monsters, and they pull them in and out, and it was probably where they could have got probably 10 of those trucks in there if they parked them in there, right? So it was a pretty large area.
Yeah.
And it was a total retrofit area. We had to remove all the insulation that was in that area. It's probably about 25 feet, 26 feet up to the roof, roughly. There was a lot of people that had such a big part in that job. But the cool thing about it is when we got done and I was spraying next to Robert, you couldn't tell who was spraying what because it was just that good. So, good times. I had a lot of good times, Robert. He's a good guy.
Yeah. He's saying your praises. All right. Well, we got to get this thing wrapped up. Our studio time is almost up. So, Dan, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I know we tried to, make this happen, and you're only in Michigan for a little bit here and there, a little bit there, and you're kind of, don't have a lot of time, but you made it a point to come out here, and so I appreciate that a lot. So I guess I'll maybe see you in Kentucky in a couple of months.
Yeah, October 9th, 10th, and 11th.
That's what it is.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah. All right, man. We have a good one.
Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Anytime. Awesome. Catch you later, Dan.